Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where apparently the Democratic Corinth planets have decided to suicide this 3k fleet into our 150k fleet. I didn't notice this at the end of the last episode, but apparently that is what is happening here. So let's just go ahead and go up to fast speed, and everything is lagging horribly, as expected this late in the game. Okay. So, I mean, at this point, we're just pushing into the Democratic Corinth planets here. There's... oh, the Bradham Gateway is finished. That's nice, I guess. There's not that much that we have left to do here, other than just chase them back in. And we do have multiple guys on their way in here, yeah. Looks like our fleets are... well, this one isn't ordered to go into Fidgen. Go ahead and go on in. And of course, we also have our Colossus up here that will arrive in the Sol system in 130 days. We did, of course, if we can go in here, turn Sol 3 into a glorious tomb world. Spaceport? Where? Oh. Here? Yeah, that's the only one. Okay. That's fine. Not too concerned about that one. Otherwise, we just need to continue pushing on in, finish off the DKP, and call it a day. So, I do think that we can finish off the Condign Concord in a single war here, which means that this is probably... well, we can't finish off the regime of Dervanus. However, I think that they're going to be absorbed into the Hive quite quickly, and then we'll be in position pretty much to take on the remnant of the Hive. So all things considered, we're definitely on the downhill slide here. We're going to be finishing this up relatively soon, actually. They have a Stargate in Tonobo. That's interesting. You going anywhere? No? You have to go that way? Okay, that's actually fine, but come over to Favalion instead, and we will have this fleet come up over to Tonobo. Like so. Excellent. Okay, so we will be arriving in the Sol system with our Colossus in 65 days. That's not bad. And of course, we're just pressing in with our various fleets at this point. We just need to wipe out all of their systems over here, grab their star bases, and then just bombard from there. That's all we need to do. We have officially knocked Sol, the Human Harmonious Kingdom, out of this war. And I mean the Democratic Corinth planets, they don't have a chance here. I mean, this is just never ever going to happen. Never going to happen. They can't win this. However, we should probably figure out in what order are we actually doing this. So I think we'll go after Saturn's habitat first. There we go. In we go. Oh, our edicts are expiring. Drone campaign, machine learning campaign. There we go. Excellent. This is... you'd think the game would get less laggy as we killed more and more enemies. Apparently that's not how Stellaris works. It is getting more and more laggy all the time. But the good news is we are almost done with this game. Ooh, and they jumped right into us. Look at that. That is pretty glorious. Architectural Renaissance has gone away too. Can we re-up that immediately? Not immediately. We are still missing... about 250,000. So that'll be... what, like 100 months? Okay. I mean, it's not the best, but it's not the worst either. Okay, well, we are just about done here. Let's go ahead and push these guys up through Nizatorum, but we're going to go kind of an awkward direction, and then to Hixaris after that. So just head on right over into there. Excellent. Tonobo hasn't fallen yet? There it goes. Okay, Legion 02 can go ahead and come grab Aja up here. Oh, wait. They have an FTL inhibitor here. Ah, yeah, Darmug's Frontier. Let's just start bombarding. It won't take that long to bombard that. We can clean everything else up with our other fleets. So once you're done there, come back to Azha, get that out of the way, and then you're probably just going to start bombarding Edamar, honestly, at that point. I don't see any reason not to. How close are you to firing your lasers? Pretty close. So our Colossus is just about ready to start taking out all of these millions of habitats in the Sol system. Too many humans over here. In fact, one human is too many humans in this system. So let's just go ahead and take care of all of those humans for them. If they've got a bit of a human problem going on over there, we'll deal with it. Okay, so you're coming to Aza and then back to Edamar, and you're going to bombard there. And then we do have a few areas up here that we can't actually bombard everything all at once. That's not a huge surprise. We're at 79% war exhaustion here, so we're doing okay. We've still got a good amount of time. There we go. Ooh, hey, we killed the Sol 6 habitat. I almost said Sol 7, but it is in fact Sol 6. Okay, Colossus is right here. And let's go ahead and get the Sol 8 habitat now. Fantastic. This is going to take forever. Humans are apparently breeding like cockroaches in here. That's kind of obnoxious. I wish they weren't doing that. But whatever. We'll just push up straight through here. I mean, it's going to be a little awkward trying to get to Mythar, but that's definitely where we need to go. Yeah, I mean, I think we just hit here, and then we're going to have to go around and hit Mythar. We have to take out that station, because that's their final station. We took a loss? What did we lose? Hang on. We lost more? What do they actually have on these stations? Oh. They've got themselves a pair of ion cannons. That's what it is. They've got perdition beams on there. Okay, that explains why we're losing a few ships. Nothing we can't handle. There we go. Get rid of those guys. Reinforce the fleet. And we're just going to come over to Mythar next. That's actually faster. That's perfect, actually. Although I'd rather get Tem and then go into Mythar. Slightly out of our way, but cleans up a little pocket over there. Excellent. So how are we doing over here on this? Well, we haven't started this bombardment. There are actually 3 colonized worlds here, which is a little obnoxious. How about Darmug's Frontier? Oh, we're actually making pretty good progress there, all things considered. Excellent. And of course, the ESS Striker up here is charging its weapon over the Sol 8 habitat. That will be the next thing to go. And that won't take too much longer either. As far as all this goes, I mean, what are they going to do? Fly this one Corvette into the station here? That's not going to go well for them. They've put 6 gun batteries into this. They do have communications jammer, hyperlane registrar. That's kind of mediocre in my opinion. Listening post is okay, I guess. So where exactly is our fleet here? Right here? Okay, they're about 70 days from the Mythar system. That is really not bad. But hey, our Colossus has succeeded. Excellent. Go bathe the Venus habitat. They actually have a fair amount of aliens here. Uhavilas, to be precise. That's interesting. And they've also got some Corinth here. And some Valen. They've kind of got a zoo of all the people we've killed here. Good for them. Good for them. We are about 40 days from reaching the last Corinth world. Well, the last Corinth system. How goes our bombardment in Edamar? It's going okay. It's not going wonderfully. Our bombardment over here on Darmug's frontier is doing better, but that's really not surprising. As soon as we take the Tem system and move into Mythar, the question then becomes, where do we bombard? And the answer, I think, has to be in Buntargi's citadel. They have, of course, settled a fair number of worlds here. Interesting that they have an ocean world. Are they terraforming it? Or do they just have pops that like ocean? I guess they just have pops that like ocean. Good for them. They won't have those pops for long. Genocide is fun. That's one of those things that you might want to not take out of context. But here, I'll do it again. Genocide is fun. At least genocide in Stellaris. They've got more perdition beams here. But they really have nowhere to go. This is their last bastion. And their capital system. And we'll go ahead and reinforce the fleet and start bombarding their capital. So everyone is completely knocked out of this war now. We have no one fighting against us. We are just killing at this point, for the sake of killing. And it is truly wonderful. The Venus habitat is just about gone. If it fires. Luckily, because they're no longer maneuvering as much, and we're no longer maneuvering as much either, the lag has cut down a little bit, so that's excellent. The Sol 3 habitat, or rather the Sol 2 habitat, is gone, so go bathe the Mercury habitat now. And then we're just going to grab the Earth habitat, and then the Mars habitat, and then the Jupiter habitat. Hang on a moment. Is that supposed to be Jupiter? I feel like that's Jupiter, because that is Jupiter. I'm a little bit confused. Is that supposed to be... I think that's supposed to be Uranus? I've never seen it portrayed with that color, though. It's a little on the odd side, if you ask me.
Construction
That's
complete.
obviously supposed to be Neptune. And they didn't include Pluto. Oh well. Okay, so we have some bombardments going on here. Let's check on Darmug's frontier. That only has 5 pops left. Kind of 4. That'll probably be the first one to go. I mean, beyond our Colossus. So once that happens, we're probably going to bring this fleet up into Edamar and start helping out with these bombardments, because we have like 1 million of them to do. There's only 5 pops left on Hadriga's Bastion as well, though, which is interesting to be sure.
Station
And
reports enemy contact.
what? What station? Where? Here? Oh, they're just building armies. And the armies are getting instantly killed by the station. Okay. That's fine. Oh boy. They really probably shouldn't be doing that. I like how the Human Harmonious Kingdom's capital is now over what I believe is Uranus, but who knows? Who knows at this point? Hey, the Sol 1 habitat is gone. Now for the Sol 3 habitat. Get over there. Also, Earth as a tomb world, truly glorious. I like it. Can't really get the camera rotated amazingly well here, but Earth is a tomb world. Glorious. Anyway, let's just check in up here on their capital and see how that bombardment's going. They have 12 pops left here. It's going okay. Make that 11 pops left there. Excellent. Okay, do we have actually... Legion 01 is the only one. I was just going to go through and check.
Success.
Hang on, technology researched. Strikecraft attack speed, that's fine. I was just going to go and check if we had full reinforcements on all of our military fleets, and we do now. So, what do we want to go for here? I mean, probably something kind of cheap. Explosive weapon attack speed or strikecraft damage are both kind of bad. Hey, Darmug's Frontier has been bombarded. Okay, we'll get back to that in a moment. But I think first we'll go for strikecraft damage. And then this fleet here. That should be the only thing here, yes? Yes. Okay, and we've got a gateway here, which is actually super convenient. So head on over to Edamar and start bombarding Kojog's Keep. Reason being, I want to get this out of the way. The ESS Striker is kind of in a good place to be en route through here like that. Just following a path kind of like that. So I think we just have 2 fleets bombarding in Edamar, one in Mithar, and then just take whatever we can get with our ESS Striker.
A new world has been secured for our colonists.
Hang on a moment. I just noticed this. It would appear that in order to neutron bombard the habitats, the Striker decides to park itself right in the habitat. I like it. What could go wrong? Truly glorious. Okay. So, come on over here and bombard the Mars habitat next. There you go. Fantastic. How are we doing bombarding their capital, though? We're getting there. Slowly. So, I mean, we kind of are in a holding pattern now, just waiting for either us to completely eradicate these guys, or for this war score to go up to 100%. One or the other. So, in the meantime, let's just go through here and make sure that we are fully set up for defenses against the Hive. And it looks like we are. So all we're going to have to do pretty much is put our fleets into position to attack the Hive, and then just declare. Like, we have no preparations that need to be done whatsoever. They have already been concluded. I mean, we can go through and take out a bunch of stations, continue upgrading like Ambor Station here, and a few things like that. We don't need Ulcad. That's not a thing that we need. I mean, there's just a million stations that we could go through, but I don't think that that's strictly speaking necessary. I mean, we are currently at 81 out of 98. We can always take them down as we go through.
Our pioneers have made planetfall.
So overall, I kind of feel like we can throw these at this sector now because we're connected. Look at that. So the Zanami sector, you are about to grow enormously. Absolutely enormously. There is no way to bulk do this, so this is going to be kind of a long, slow process, and we may be interrupted now and then by having to order our fleets to go do different things. But let's just go ahead and toss all of these into the Zanami sector, like so. Just straight up to the existing borders. There we go. Kinda like that. Then keep pushing on up this way. The Zanami sector can now go ahead and settle like roughly 1 million worlds. It's going to be a lot. Come on, Stellaris, you can do this. You're not going to have a problem here. I know you're displaying a lot of things. Oh, okay. We'll come back to that. ESS Striker needs something to do. So, come get this habitat up here, the Sol 7 habitat. I think that's the last one. Look at that. Excellent. Okay, back to throwing systems at the Zanami sector. Okay, we've got roughly 6 million sector systems here to toss in. There'll be a few more later on, but for right now, just these roughly 1 million. And this will keep them busy colonizing worlds for a good long time. Ooh boy, this is a lot of planets for them to colonize. The Zanami sector, of course, is going to be, I think, second in size, only to the Valen sector. A lot of our other sectors aren't quite as big, but that's fine. There we go, we're getting close to getting all of these in. Excellent. How many more do we have to go? Okay, that's not bad. There we go. And just a couple more here. Oop, took that one back accidentally. There we go. That's a Steiner system right there, if I've ever seen it. The Atlas system. Need to have about 4 more of them, then we can have a nice scout lance. Sounds good. But there we go. We're going to be throwing a lot more at that sector later on, of course. But for right now, we've actually got 2 more that we can throw in. There we go. For right now, that's all that we're going to throw at them. Hey, Hadriga's Bastion has been bombarded. Excellent. So come on over to Ultrax Point at this point. Okay, and then the Sol system should fall to us momentarily. We are currently charging the weapon, so we're still going to have to fire it. But that will only take a few days. It's not going to be a big deal. And just like that, well, I mean, here in a couple more days, I'll come back to that thought. It would be better timed if we weren't waiting. Okay, I don't have any other thoughts whatsoever, but right now is a slightly better time to do this. And just like that, the human harmonious kingdom has fallen. In a couple more days. Okay, now the human harmonious kingdom has fallen. Excellent. Get on over to Aether. We want you to bombard Hadriga's Bastion. Excellent. And we'll toss this at the Zanami sector. Nope. We'll toss this at the Zanami sector. There we go. Look at all those potentially habitable planets in that system. They're mostly orbital habitats. Close enough. We're at 90% war exhaustion here. We're going to have to end this war pretty soon. But I think we'll still have time to clean everything up. At least over here. Of course, the regime in the middle of the hive up here is basically a lost cause, but they should immediately capitulate as soon as the Democratic Corinth planets are no more, and become part of the hive. I think, anyway. How are we doing on the Kojog's Keep bombardment? Poorly is the answer. Ultrax Point is going okay. And what about Mythar? That one's actually going quite well. That's going to be the next one to fall. Probably even before the ESS Striker finishes up its mission in Aether. That's most likely going to be the case. However, we are pretty much at a stopping point here, so I believe I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in here. And next episode, we're going to finish off the Democratic Corinth planets, end this war, and probably go to war with the Hive after a little bit of redeploying of the fleets. See you all then.